Before last year's Halloween show, I warned you not to let your children watch. But you did anyway.
Parent shaming. Show uses the wrong title. The episode isn't called The Simpsons Halloween Special 2, it's the Treehouse of Horror II. They changed the title partway through. Feel like I'm live die repeating all over again. Holy hallowed ground, how huge is that gravestone? I choose to believe it's regular size, because I want mini hippies to be a thing. Long live the Mippies! Somewhere, Disney's Frozen Brain saw this joke and vowed revenge by buying Fox. Who's laughing now, Simpsons? No one, Walt. No one is laughing. Peanuts envy. Also, I like the nod to the Great Pumpkin Gang, but why is the witch mask orange instead of green? If you're gonna make a reference, at least reference correctly.
Remember, the presidential primaries are only a few months away.
Hey, if you don't like it, go to Russia.
In politics, you don't go to Russia. Russia goes to you. Somewhere in Branson, Missouri, Yakov Smirnoff is laughing and crying at this joke simultaneously. Setting out a jack-o'-lantern without its top hat. That pumpkin is missing part of its skull! Lisa can't get through this doorway, but it makes me wonder how she got through the back door if she can't get through this. There's no way that amount of candy fit in that severed head. I recognize most of this candycopia, but what is this massive mound of orange fuzz that Homer is eating? And I swear every handful he takes replenishes itself. Homer is eating out of some sort of everlasting cat hair pile, and I am both confused and nauseous. Confucius? Also, gather around, children, while I tell you the story of how reasonable humans would toss uncovered and sticky popcorn balls into children's filthy pillowcases to mix with the germs of 100 other kids reaching into candy bowls all around town. The 1980s, building rock-solid immune systems one national holiday at a time. Placing half-eaten candy on your dresser, in case you confused it with Marrakesh, Montana.
Sir, I must strongly advise you do not purchase this.
Then why have it on the table with other things that are for sale?
You'll be sorry.
This shop owner manages to speak clearly without ever closing his mouth. He's like whatever the opposite of a ventriloquist is. He's a contraloquist. Funny side gag and all, but where was the impression of the teacup spout nozzle when Homer's shirt was pulled down?
Forget it, you two. As the pants wearer of this house, I get the first wish.
The patriarchy.
Ooh, a new pacifier.
I get that the joke is that Maggie wasted a wish on a new pacifier, but isn't the whole point of the monkey's paw that the wish will turn out to haunt you? Shouldn't that wish come with some torturous consequence, like a world where Vin Diesel can play a babysitter in a movie that makes $200 million? Oh, wait, it did. I blame you, Maggie Simpson. Why would the money just appear around them, but Maggie's pacifier would be personally delivered?
Homer, maybe fame and fortune aren't as bad as they say.
If I hear one more thing about The Simpsons, I swear I'm going to scream.
So, the fantastical negative consequence of wishing for wealth and fame is slight public annoyance? Howsoever will they survive this treacherous burden?
At first they were cute and funny, but now they're just annoying.
Kids. Also, I know Lisa is the one who wished for world peace, but why would she get the credit? Do people know she wished on a monkey's paw to make this happen? England hasn't been an independent country since 1707 and was never an individual part of the UN. It's called the United Kingdom now, you barmy gits. This maniacal laugh goes on for some time. I get it though. How on earth would you have filled your full 23 minutes without it? Also, considering how much Kodos and Kang drool and the fact that those glass helmets are sealed, how can we even see their faces? Those helmets should be drool-filled glass tombs at this point.
People of Earth, we come to you in the spirit of hostility and menace.
Except that you're on Earth now, and Lisa's wish was for peace on Earth. So technically you're breaking the power of the paw here. You can't break your own rules. What do you think this is, politics? Also, Kang and Kodos definitely did a 180 after that last Halloween episode where they were just trying to be nice to the Simpsons. Now they want to conquer Earth? This lends a lot of credence to my thought that Kang and Kodos definitely did want to eat the Simpsons, but then chickened out when they were called out on it.
Before I was just bored with their antics and their merchandise. Now I wish they were dead.
Imagine how we feel 30 seasons later.
I'll give you a candy necklace.
Trying to eat a candy necklace. Seriously, have you ever attempted to eat one of those things? It's fucking annoying and gross.
You gets it from your side of the family, you know.
Homer waits till Bart's out of earshot to say this, but earlier we learned that Bart could read thoughts no matter where you were. So why does Homer get away with this?
And our country isn't called America anymore, it's Bonerland.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt.
This is what happened when Mo answered the phone before he talked about his love of butts.
Mo's Tavern. Hold on, I'll check.
So, how did Bart tell Mo everything he wanted him to say in the 2 seconds before he started talking?
I'm not nodding, it's the air conditioning.
This is possibly the worst designed ballpark in the history of ballparking. Look at all that wasted space around the stadium. Also, how do these parking lots even work? I assume there are entry-exit points in the corners, but there can't be one in this corner because you'd be trapped. How does anyone even get into a space? Yet another also. I counted the parking spaces, and if everyone parked properly, there are only 84 spots here. 84! If you put 84 spectators in that stadium, it's going to look like you decided to play baseball during a global pandemic. Can you even imagine?
Behold, the greatest breakthrough in labor relations since the Cat-O'-Nine-Tails.
Burns' robot was an impressive specimen, but eventually people just called the robot itself Burns because they were lazy. Then other people argued it was okay because the robot thought it was Burns' son, so it would self-identify as Burns. And never has there ever been a more important debate in the history of human discourse.
Hey, here's a good job, Dad. Oh, wait, you have to know how to operate an ultrasonic lithotripter.
Lisa is the smart one in the family, so how in the world did she think that this was a good job before she knew everything about it? And the only thing this job could have been was something in the medical field.
$28 an hour, plenty of fresh air, and you get to meet lots of interesting people.
What job is that?
Grave digger.
Gravediggers make on average anywhere between $23,000 and $40,000. Even on the high end of that scale, you're making a little over $19 an hour, which is nowhere near $28. And these are current salary rates, so I'm assuming it was even less in 1991. Homer survives this, and without a peep, serving pizza with grape juice, or wine, or the purple stuff from the Sunny D commercial.
Take that! Run, sir!
Because he's wealthy, Monty Burns was awarded an honorary degree from the Prometheus School of Shuffling Away from Things.
Perhaps you're wondering why you have two heads.
I'm more wondering why your stitching and incisions look fresh when Homer's cranial surgery incisions and stitching are completely gone.
Oh, that's right. It's all a dream. Or is it?
It is. For continuity's sake, there's no way this is anything other than a dream. The surgery would have had to have happened between 4 a.m. and now, and Homer said he needed to go to work in 2 hours, which means he didn't lose his job and he wasn't found in an open grave later. So none of the stuff we saw during Homer's dream could have happened. So as this very well proves, I'm a humorless butthole.
It's called brain freeze. You're gonna hang with us. You need to learn to sip.
Despite popular belief, we love movies, and we love talking about them. Check out the Sincast podcast, where I'm joined by my fellow TVSins creators to talk about movies, rankings, rants, and more. Available here on YouTube, or search for Sincast wherever you stream podcasts.
Well, this year's episode is even worse.
More blood, more gore. Carnage, candy.
Trick or treat, man!
Hey, aren't you a little old for this?
Yes I am.
Let's wish for extra specs that really work. No, Bart. Peace on Earth.
We are the United States government. We don't do that sort of thing.
Your attention, please.
Attention, students.
Alive! It's alive! It's